All right, let's go. Now, part of the course that I need to talk to you other than loan is actually investments. So think about the real life situation. Focus please everyone. When you're investing money, all right, you've got a bank account, you're earning interest, right? So you will, if you're working, you're regularly putting your money in. So what we're talking about is here, investment with regular deposits. Not irregular, you're consistently putting in the money. You've got certain amount of investment, then you keep putting money in. All right? So what you need to do is think about how to use the first order linear recurrence relation to model this situation, and you must be able to use your class back, the financial function, to determine the future value or other information. For example, what's a regular deposit required of an investment. So these are the two things that you need to learn from today. All right, if you think about investment, let's say Mandy set up an investment account with an initial deposit of 5,000. So here, the initial deposit, we can call it a T0, right? We're using T0 this time, initial deposit. Here, occasionally, there will be times that you don't, most of the time you don't get compounded annually, you get compounded half yearly or fortnightly or whatever. All right, here I'm going to use a 6% as compounded annually as an example. What you need to think about is when she puts in the money, all right, she deposits 1,000 into account every year after that. So first initial is 5,000, which is T0, right? So then the 5,000 with the interest, it will become 5,300. Then plus the deposit is 6,300, right? Yeah. So that is the based on the principle P plus interest, and this is the deposit. So both of them add up together at the end of first year. Mandy will have $6,300, and from there, that will become your principal for the next year, right? So therefore, this is the P plus I again, and this is the additional deposit. All of them add together will give you that. You will keep on going. All right? You can see that that is actually the geometric sequence, and when you add in, it becomes a first order recurrence. So if we could use first order recurrence to model this situation. Recall the first order linear recurrence relation. Tn plus 1 equals to b times Tn plus c, and T1 equals to a. Now, I want you to know, in this case, we use T0, all right? We have to use T0 because we've got initial deposit. After the first year, it becomes T1 and so on and so forth. All right, just remember T0. So this C here will be the regular deposit. And T0 will then be the principal. All right. So B is then the interest. Interest rate, sorry. Not interest rate. So this is the what you need to think about. Tn plus 1 equals to b times Tn plus c. All right, T0 equals to a. Now let's have a look at example 1. At the start of 2012, Mandy set up an investment account with an initial deposit of 5,000, like what I said. The account pays 6% interest per annum, compounded annually. She deposits $1,000 into the account every year thereafter. Determine the final investment at the end of 2022. All right, here, read the question carefully. Start of 2012, end of 2022. How many years are there? got it? 11 years, not 10 years. All right, if you're not sure, use your fingers to count. 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Right, use your fingers. How much are you looking at? All right, so here you need to think about how you would do it in terms of using your first order recurrence interval. So now highlighting this. This is your T naught. And then this is your B. This is your C. Alright? Do it that way. So now we could write down the recurrence, first order recurrence interval. Tn plus 1 equals to B times Tn plus C, which is 0.06 Tn, 0.06, not 0.66, 0.06 Tn plus 1000. T naught equals to 5000. Use your class pad. If you use your class pad, you should know that T11 equals to 24463.14. Now I'll show you on class pad. Let me write down the whiteboard so that I don't forget. Tn plus 1 equals 0.06 Tn plus 1000. And T naught equals to 5000. Alright? Class pad. Clear all. Always clear all. Alright, make sure that you've done that. So here I will do the same thing, clear all as well. New questions. So Tn plus 1 is 0.06. An plus 1000. And then A naught equals to 5000. Tick. And then let's go. Keep going. Well, I've done something wrong. 0.06. Sorry? 1.06, that's correct. Sorry, it's 1.06 because it's N. Adding is not 0.06. My fault. It is 1.06. I'll change that. And then type it again. It is 1.06. My fault. Because you're adding on the interest is the principal plus interest. I forgot to add the interest. I just forgot to add the principal. So at the year 11 is 244.63.13. Alright? Make sure that you know exactly the third decimal places. Right? Now my fault, I've got to go back and change that. That is the B is your interest. So you need to add in your principal as well. I've forgotten your principal. So it's 1.06. Thank you, Louis. Alright? So that is how you do it. Remember, you need to add in your principal as well. So now, part B. Mandy aims to close the amount when it exceeds 50,000. Determine the year when the account exceeds 50,000. Highlight the word the year. Alright? So you need to know when she will close the account. Let's go back to your class pad. So keep going down. Now, 19 and 20. Let's write down. T19 equals to 48887.99. T20 equals to 52821. 52821.27. Alright, when you answer a question like this, write down T19 equals to, or you don't even need the, just intermediate working, not to worry about the whatever it is the unit yet. T20 equals to 5 to 8 to 1.27. So in the 20th year, right, it will exceed 5,000, which means Mandy will close the account at the end of the 19th year. It's 48887.99. So in the 20th year, Mandy will close the account. So what year would that be? It's 2031, 20 years from there. Right? Yeah? Because it's the start of 2012. 2012 is 1. Yeah. Right? Happy with that? So in the 20th year, which is 2031, Mandy will close the account. Now, what I want to do is think about how to use this in terms of your class pack. Alright? Now, grab your class pack financial. Let's go to financial. At the start of 2012, Mandy set up an investment account with an initial deposit of $5,000. The account pays 6% interest for them, whatever. Now, this time, I use compounded annually. Again, compounded. Example 2 is not. Example 2 is slightly different. Here, when you answer a question like this, in the exam, if you're using your class pack, you must clearly show N is 11. When you write down your answer, clearly show your step. Write down N11, I% is 6. Present value, remember what I said, minus 5,000, because the money, you're putting the money in the bank, it's not in your pocket anymore, right? So therefore it's taken away, minus 5,000. PMP is the amount that you're regularly putting in. Yeah, got it? So that is minus 1,000 because you are taking it from your pocket and putting it in. So at the end, FV and then PY is 1, CY is 1. Alright? Make sure that in the exam you write all this down. Very clearly stated. If you're not using laptop. Alright? So very clearly stated how you do it. Why? Because the examiner who is marking it must know what you're doing. Especially if you're using financial. Yep?
Sorry, why do you do negative 1,000?
Negative 1,000, again, you're depositing it, it's from your pocket, you're putting it in the bank. So think about it, it's not yours anymore. The bank is taking your money. Right, you're depositing, the reason you're using negative is when you put it in the bank has it, not yours. It's just the quirkiness of this class pack, that's all. So if you put this as positive, it will come down as negative there. Alright, so as long as you're consistent, the present value, 5,000, you're keep on putting in 1,000, that's fine. It will come out as negative. It will still be correct, as long as these two are consistent.
Okay.
Alright?
So if you did like positive 5,000.
Positive, and then you get a negative number.
Okay.
Alright?
Yeah.
So which means that's thinking in terms of the bank. The bank has got the money now, and that's got to pay back to you. Alright? So that's how you think to get away from the negative and positive. I don't like that convention, but this is how Fastback does it. Alright? So then you tap on FV, you have to write down the number. Write all the number down. So this is, in this example, I'm going to use a different color so that you know that I've written it down from the Fastback. Alright? This is how you answer the question in the exam. And then word it. So the final value of the investment is 24463.14. That's all you need to say. Now then, Mandy aims to close the account. Same thing. This time, you don't want N, you don't know N. So N is a blank. And then I% is 6. PV is still minus 5,000. PMT is minus 1,000. This time FV future value is 50,000. PY is 1. CY is 1. And then write down this is 19.289. So in the 20th year, so Mandy will close the account in 2031. Now, it really doesn't matter question like this. If you see question like this, you can answer it either using first order linear recurrence or financial. It is up to you. But I would say financial is just a little bit easier, that's all. If you use the financial, use it and just make sure that you write everything down. Alright? Now let's go to the next question. Next question, here at the start of 2012, Mandy set up an investment account. Yeah. This time the account pays 6% interest per annum. Hang on, this is, why did I repeat that? Sorry. This is example 2. Here, pays 6% interest compounded monthly. Alright? Question like this, you got to think about how you're going to answer it. Here, it says that you should deposit it into account every year thereafter. So, the regular deposit is annual. Yeah? Whereas the interest is compounded monthly. So effectively what you need to do is to work out the effective interest rate. You want everything to be in annual, not monthly. Because you don't know, you cannot split that into 12. The 1,000 cannot be split into 12. It will create problem because if we split into 12, it will compound on that amount as well. Alright? So question like this, the important thing is to think about, because you're depositing the regular amount annually, you must use effective interest rate. Alright? So now I've shown you how to use calculate effective interest rate. I would like all of you to try it. Alright? Or if you like, you can use your class pad to do your effective interest rate. Alright, which is class pad effective interest rate. You can either use the formula or class pad. So class pad, if you use class pad, go to menu, financial, interest conversion. So N is 12. The apparent interest rate, or what is given to you, APR, is 6%. So effective interest rate is 6.16778. 6.167781186. Right? So this is what you need to do. Use effective interest rate because the deposit, regular deposit, is annual. It's not monthly. All right, think about that. You've got to be very careful about how they word the question. If they actually give you something like compounded monthly and every month Mandy puts in $100, then that's fine. You can use monthly. All right, let's go back to your question example here. All right, so what I've done here, I calculate effective interest rate. Yeah, because of the reason I said. So I effective, you can use your formula which is 1 plus I over n to the power of n minus 1, which is 1 plus I is 0.606 divided by 12 to the power of n, 12 minus 1, which is 0.
So is the minus 1 part of the indice, or is it?
It's part of the, no, it's not part of the indices, it's the power of n, and then take away 1, that's all. Because you want to work out, this is in terms of 1 point something, you've got to work out the percentage, that's all. 0 point whatever I said, it's the same, 61677781186. Alright, so you can then determine the final value of the investment. You can either use class back, or if you like, use use Tn. So if you want to use recurrence interval, Tn equals to 1.061677811186. I know it's hard, it's long, but you should do that. Tn plus 1 equals to Tn plus 1000. T naught equals to 5000. So therefore, T11, I've worked it out, is 24762.58. Try using your class pad and see whether you get the same answer. It will take you about 2 minutes to put in your class pad and see if you get the same answer. Alright, part B, I'm pretty sure I work it out as, again it's the same as T19, which is 49927.60, and T20 equals to 54,007.03. I think those are correct. So therefore, Mandy will close the account in 2031. Alright, slightly different. These are the questions that you should expect. Slightly more complicated, slightly more thinking required. Alright? Now, let's see how we could use a financial. We need to be able to use a financial function. I've shown you how to do it. This time, very clearly, I've given you the step. If you could grab your calculator and let's try it, please. Use your calculator and try it, please. The effective interest rate. This is really useful because you can reverse engineer. If you got the effective interest rate and the compounding period, you can work back to the original interest rate. Alright, effective interest rate. So if I use my class pack, I've got that. What I need to do is, once you know the effective interest rate, I go to edit and copy it so that it's in the memory. When you go to, let's go back, this time I want to clear page or clear all so that I can go back to compound interest. Then in I interest, I only need to, since I've copied it, I only need to paste it. Straight away you've got your interest rate. Makes life easy. Right? If you use it that way, copy and paste.
As a percent.
Yep. And then N is 11 years. Present value is minus 5,000. PMT is minus 1,000. And then the future value. I don't change that at all. It's 24762.576. I don't need to change because I've changed the interest rate into effective interest rate. Yep. Yes.
I think I'm getting it, like, I'm entering the same values as you are.
Let's have a look. Only 3,000. I don't know, something it is beginning of the year and end of the year. So beginning of the year. And it should be on there. Alright. Alright, I just found out something. Make sure that this bit is on end, the end of year 11. Alright? Yes?
And so you use effective interest rate when it's compounded something other than annually?
Yes, that's correct.
So it's monthly,
And,
daily,
and
quarterly, or
that's right,
yeah.
that's correct.
Okay.
And also think about, Tom, think about if you are the regular deposit is annual. So you use effective.
So the deposit's regular, the actual interest is
Yeah, good. Alright, everyone happy with that? So you got the answer. Let's go back to the slide. So, again, the start, this is how I do it, and you answer the question. That's what I said. You must make sure that you write down everything. So, if I answer a question like this, alright, I'm going to show you how I would do it. So I would write down whatever it is. So that is, go back, N is 11. I% is 6.16778, 6.16778, 1186. And then PV, PMT. PV minus 5,000. This is part A. PMT minus 1,000. FV. And then PY, CY, which is 1,1. So all you need to do, copy everything down, and you know your FV will be 24762.576. Answering the question, the final value equals to 24762.576. Alright, are you all happy with what I've shown you? Now, Club does not have any exercises on investment. Therefore, I'm using Sadler, and I have uploaded the exercises I wanted you to do on Google Classroom. Alright? And it's only about 5 or 6 questions. So you've got today to finish that off, and then, yes, tomorrow I don't see you. You've got time to do your depreciation as well. Alright? So this is how you answer the question. Always show your steps if you use your financial.